Hey everyone, Joe Gentili from Saroff Gentili LLP. Today I want to make a video to emphasize the importance of doing FOIA requests if you're going to fight an immigration denial. So it's not something that's emphasized a lot because it's not a necessary component of a case. So when you see attorneys describing how to fight an immigration denial and you file a lawsuit under the APA and everything related to that, the FOIA part's not discussed as often because it's not necessary, but it is super helpful. FOIA, if you don't know, is the Freedom of Information Act. So what it is a law that allows you to collect information that the government has about you, or some stuff more broadly that should be available to the public. So one of the weaknesses of APA lawsuits, which is the main law that's used to fight immigration denials in federal court, is that discovery is very difficult to get. So it's very difficult to go to a judge and say to the judge, I want to be able to question these government employees about my case. I want to force them to produce documents about what they did. That's difficult to do, but there's kind of a backdoor way to go about that, and that's by making FOIA demands. So you can make a demands on the various government agencies that handled your case and get documents and information that way, as opposed to through discovery with the APA lawsuit. So it's super helpful in that way. If you have time, if there's no real time constraints that you're dealing with, it's great to do FOIA requests before you file the lawsuit. This is more important, I'd say, with non-USCIS denials. So if you have a denial that's related to consulate or CBP, and you're going to litigate that, a lot of times those denials are real black boxes. You really don't know. They don't give you a lot of rationale as to why they denied a lot of times. USCIS usually get a more fulsome denial. But it's important to get as much information beforehand before filing the lawsuit. So this way, when your attorney is drafting the complaint, they're able to make that complaint as specific as possible and as laser focused on the actual weaknesses and problems as possible. The other thing you're going to want, aside from being able to focus your complaint well, is you're going to want to know if you have a good case to begin with. Litigation on immigration denials is not particularly inexpensive. So if there's something out there that's going to make your case not really workable, you're going to want to find that out ideally before you file it, not after. So a lot of times you could use a FOIA request and the information that it produces to go over and see if there's just a blind spot about your immigration case that you didn't know about, and now that you see it, it's like, oh, that's why the denial is there, and it makes sense, and there's not much we can do about it. So it's good to know that beforehand if possible. You can't always find that out, but if you can, it's great. FOIA requests are fairly simple to do on your own, especially USCIS FOIA requests if you're just looking for your A file, but it's something that you could have an attorney help you with. So for instance, for clients that come to us and are looking to litigate a denial, a lot of times we'll handle the FOIA part of the case if they haven't done it already. It's good to have an attorney do it because we can word the requests well, so that this way we were able to get everything that can be gotten. When you get the answers from the requests, sometimes the government leaves out things. It's good to have an attorney review what's been produced to see if everything you're entitled to get has been given. And sometimes the FOIA request itself is something that can be added to the litigation. There's rights that you have under FOIA that if the government's not responding in a certain amount of time, or if they're giving you an incomplete response, a judge will or can force them to provide what you're entitled to. So if you have any questions about how to litigate immigration denials in federal court or FOIA requests and how to do them, how they could be helpful, feel free to reach out at any time. I hope this video was useful, and if it was, please subscribe. So thank you and have a great day.